Like your dawn breaks bright, turns to all the night. Chasing shadows, play night turns into day. Lady Arwyn's grace, sunlight on her face. Rooster calls awake, morning's fresh embrace. Mornings of mischief, rise, laughing sky and surprise. Every day a new start, mischief in my heart. Mother cats in line, kittens all entwined. Glitter boots a tune under rainbow moon. Manhattan's working fast, grasp future, leave the past. Flaming wonders soar, open every door. Mornings of mischief, rise, laughing sky and surprise. Every day a new start, mischief in my heart. Mother cats in line, kittens all entwined. Grail roots are tuned under rainbow moon. Mad hands, working fast and stolen dreams. Flaming rooster, wild it screams. Can't think of it, struts its way. Life's a show on a crazy day. Unicorn camise, colors bright, laughing Arwyn in the night. Hey-o! Angry Dave Bob's in a rage. Flip the script, let's turn the page. Folks and flames, a mix so wild. Crazy world like a child's. Laughing, crying, all the same. Play this quirky, fun-filled game. Rainbow candy, sugar high. Take a leap, aim for the sky. Dizzy spins, the world will sway. In this chaos we will play. Broken forks, a spark ignites. Stolen thoughts in all the lights. Hold on tight, let's ride this wave. Save the best for last, we'll save. Folks and flames, a mix so wild. Crazy world like a child's. Laughing, crying, all the same. Play this quirky, fun-filled game. Be great, be excellent, always be friend. Come on back, take a bow. We are out. Later, y'all.
You ready, Dave Bob? Here we go. Good morning, Valhalla. Just for old time's sake. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Dave Bob.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
How are you doing today?
I'm apparently not doing well enough that I'm not talking over you every single time we try to talk to each other.
I'm a little awkward. I've been off for a week.
A little rusty.
A little rusty.
Oh, speaking of, where is Arwyn? Someone wake Arwyn up.
SOS. SOS.
SOS to Arwyn Avalon. SOS to Arwyn Avalon. I think she's still sleeping.
She probably had a late night and she's sleeping in this morning.
You know, when you sleep, you recharge.
Yeah.
Like me, Donald. They came after me because I didn't sleep like everyone else. I was up many hours working for the American people. And now I try and get a little extra sleep at night because I don't want to end up like Sleepy Joe. Thank you. I'm here all week. Did you see the roast?
Oh yeah. I saw the highlights. I didn't see the whole thing, but I did see the highlights.
Holy crap, dude.
Old Schumer, he took it. He took it pretty good.
He did, Dad. He did. Holy crap. Loki sounds like Audrey Hepburn doing a Donald Trump impression. Thank you, Man Squatch. Speaking of Man Squatch, I didn't want to pull these up until Arwyn got here, but Man Squatch is in the chat. We've got people watching. Oh my lord, that is crazy. Look at that sweater.
I like the sweater.
Dave Bob, you've got a sweater on, and it looks like an 80s sweater. It looks like whatever Homeboy wore in Gremlins back in the day.
Yeah.
You've got your winter sweater on.
I like it. Arwyn looks pretty serious. You look pretty serious. I look like I'm going to peck your eye out.
Arwyn looks like she's about to go into Nicaragua. And the anime version of that from Man Squatch. Holy crap, dude. Thank you.
I like that one even better.
And Arwyn still looks like she's about to go into Nicaragua. Our on-the-field reporter in the trenches, Arwyn Avalon. How is it going, Arwyn? Loki, there are rainbow gummies coming down everywhere. I think you took too many rainbow gummies. And let's not forget the wonderful Wrench of Wrenches, Chris Persia, who, damn. Look at that hoodie. That just so looks like a Mornings of Mischief hoodie Arwyn's got on. There's a rainbow unicorn. And yeah, wow, that so looks like me. And Dave Bob.
And that looks exactly like me. 6-foot rooster.
Holy crap. Good morning, everybody. I hope you guys are doing well. It is the end of the week. It's Friday. It's Friday.
I hope everybody had a very good and productive week, because other than being a little down in my back, I had a great week.
Showback says the cats locked her in her basement. I would not deny that. That's probably what happened.
I hope she has plenty of wine and food down there.
Oh, you know she's got wine down there. If she's in the basement, she's got wine. There are probably boxes of great value wine down in the basement.
No,
Super Saver wine.
She has a wine rack with only the very finest. She goes down there and pulls out her 68 Pinot Noir.
Wine people will never get it. Here's 100-year-old bottle of blah, blah, blah. It's 100 years old. I ain't drinking that shit.
Yeah, it's full. It's turned to vinegar.
That's right. Oh, 34 degrees. It's in the high 40s here, I think. I think it was in the high 40s here this morning. I don't know.
Yesterday morning here it was in the low 40s, which felt very nice.
It's still cold. So, it's 54 right now.
It's better than 90, that's for sure.
That's right. Oh, man, it's better than 90. Who here is tired of the heat? I'm ready to bundle up and enjoy winter.
Yep. And I was looking at the long-range forecast, and it's going to be in the freaking 80s all the way through the end of the damn month here for the highs. Low 80s and low and mid 80s. God, I want some colder weather, please. I'm kind of like the kid that more, please, more.
More. Gary Banjo Sandwich Worthington says box wine here and tasting new German beers this weekend. I know Mark drinks that alligator shit.
I think he had one of his co-workers' husband does some beer making or something, and he had some of that. He liked it.
Thank you, Sham. I can take it off. Not as shiny as it was the other day because some of a little tiny bit of it's back.
I can't see.
I can't see. Put it back on. Put it back on. What is up? Victor Fontaine is over on the Rumbles and he is over here on the YouTubes. He is watching on both. Holy crap. Thank you, brother. There he is on the YouTubes and he just put Hail Valhalla over in the Rumble chat. Good morning, Vic Fontaine. What is up, brother? What is up? Blood Guilty Gaming is here. Good morning, my friend. Miss Martin Muses is here. Guys, if you haven't already, check out Miss Martin Muses. I don't know why I have to always talk like that when she shows up.
Sounds a little bit like Maud.
Kizzy, good morning, Kizzy. Good morning, Jill Powers, the River Daughter. Good morning, everybody. Hopefully you guys are doing well. And it's the end of the week. Hell yes. All right. First thing we gotta hit on. I was hoping Arwyn would be here by now, but she must be locked in her basement. Yeah.
Damn cats.
I said we'd do it live, so let's do it live. We're going to pull up the tweet, but these guys over here have already done so much of the groundwork. This is from John F. Trent over at That Park Place. And it is Gina Carano gets another big win against Disney as court rejects Disney's attempt to block Discovery as it appeals to dismiss the case. And
the righteous
lost.
Shall prevail.
Gina Carano got another big win against the Walt Disney Company and Lucasfilm as Judge Sherilyn Peace Garnett rejected Disney's request to block Discovery as it appealed its failed motion to dismiss to the Ninth Circuit Court. Carano shared the victory on X, writing, after the judge denied Disney's request to dismiss my case, Disney requested permission to immediately appeal that decision to the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals and delay all discovery while that appeal takes place. Yesterday, October 16, 2024, we learned that the judge denied Disney's unusual request. I'm obviously very pleased with the opportunity to keep moving forward with the judicial process and into discovery, she said. While I wish this was not necessary, it is not my desire to do this battle in court. I will not shrink away from it because it is hard or uncomfortable. Gina's been kicking ass in the ring. Now she's going to be kicking ass in the courtroom.
Well, when you're going up against a mega corporation like Disney and you're winning hands down in the state of California, you're doing something right.
You got to be doing something right. And Kizzy's absolutely right. Karma is a cruel mistress. Got a couple of things we got to take care of really quick. Scott Westbrook, who sends in a $10 super chat. That's $10. I value this channel a great deal. Keep the fire burning. That's right. We will keep the fire burning right. Thanks to you, Scott Westbrook. Don't be a Greta. Hashtag don't be a Greta. Get it trending. Don't be a Greta. Thank you so very much, Scott. And we've got Big Fontaine over on the Rumbles. Let me see if this will translate over because, my God, it can be so stupid at times, but I want to highlight it. And it did. Holy crap. It actually did. Victor Fontaine with $10 super chat over on Rumble. It's Friday. Give me an F and SCO and tuck and roll. Well, here it comes, brother. Thank you so very much, Scott Westbrook and Victor Fontaine. You gentlemen keep the fires burning bright here in Valhalla. You keep the show going Monday through Friday. And this one is just for you. A little SCO and tuck and roll.
SCO.
Well, that.
I love the slowest missile in the world.
Judge Sherilyn Peace Garnett made it clear in a 10-page ruling that Disney's request for a stay of proceedings was denied. She wrote, having considered the parties' submissions, the relevant law, and the record in this case, the court denies the motion. Defendants do not, however, explain how a Ninth Circuit opinion affirming the court's order would alleviate the burden of responding to the discovery plaintiff has propounded to date, nor is it apparent to the court how such a decision could provide such relief. In any event, arguments regarding discovery, which the court notes, were not an issue in the order, do not appear to have any bearing on the termination of litigation, and do not persuade the court that certification is appropriate here. They are so scared. They are so freaking scared of what she has to say and what they are going to show that they do not want any of this public. This is Disney. This is Disney covering its ass. Go ahead, bro.
Disney is just terrified of discovery because they know that they got a lot of dirty laundry back there and shenanigans that are going to be exposed. It wouldn't surprise me if they came out with maybe a multi-million-dollar settlement just to try to keep it from coming out.
And speaking of coming out, Gary Bender Sandwich Worthington says, get that missile some Viagra. We'll get it to go up faster. Holy shit. Good morning, Punk Waddle. The little penguin sheriff is here. Good morning, sir. It is good to see you. What is up, Punk? Guys, if you haven't checked out, go out and check out his Punk's ponderances and the Waddle advice and all the stuff that Punk is doing. Go check him out. There's some good stuff on his channel. Only a couple minutes long are these penguin ponderances and positive outlooks. And I tell you what, it can absolutely positively brighten your day up. Blood Guilty Gaming says, Gina said it's not about the money. Disney is effed. She just wants her side of the story out there. And I don't blame her. I do not blame her. Like, get this in a court of law, get this out there.
I'm not saying she'll actually take it, but I said it wouldn't surprise me any if it was offered.
Oh, Loki, what is this really about? Is she just upset because she lost her job? Let me break it down for you. For anybody that doesn't know. There are a bunch of Disney employees, especially the actors, that say some really effed up stuff. A lot publicly. A lot of the suits in the back, they'll say all this in private meetings where they don't know they're being recorded, but they don't go out publicly and run their mouths unless it's Iger talking about how bad a certain orange man is or anything like that. Gina was talking about neighbors turning on neighbors and the government encouraging that. She got fired for it. She got fired for talking about how this stuff like this has happened before.
And her coworker posted stuff that was strictly, just terrible. A lot worse than anything. And there was nothing wrong with any of Gina's posts. But her coworker, Pedro Pascal, he put some stuff out there, and yet he's still working and being praised.
Well, he's got a peen in his mouth. See, as long as you got a peen in your mouth, everything's okay.
I am just going to come out and say it. Disney has a bunch of retards working for them.
Well, you're not supposed to say that anymore, Dave Bob.
I think that word is coming back in void. I think actually the pendulum swinging back to sanity where you could actually say things like that.
And this is the problem right here, ladies and gentlemen. You're not supposed to get along. Why are you not supposed to get along? Because if you're getting along and you're trying to work with people and you're trying to make sure stuff like this doesn't happen, they can't get away with the fear mongering and the BS that they've gotten away with for the last 4 years. They can't turn institutions against you just because you don't think the way they do.
I honestly believe that Disney thought that they were going to get away with this unscathed.
In Pedro's defense, he's not American male and does not understand our Constitution or history. Followed up by Project Cambrian, Gina posted perfectly center historical references to point out the mechanisms at play. Pedro's posts were actually insulting attacks.
Exactly.
They don't want someone that's going to try and be a peacemaker. They do not want someone that's going to try and get along. You still here, Dak Poet? Is Dak Poet still here? Oh yeah, they didn't know they were being recorded. Disney didn't know it was. Yeah, there's a bunch of meetings behind the scenes. And happy birthday, by the way, Dak. There was a bunch of meetings going on behind the scenes where they were being recorded over Zoom or whatever. And those meetings got out and they got caught saying some pretty twisted shit. So, encouraging, just encouraging the alphabet community and encouraging, things you can do at home with your kids to encourage them to be parts of the alphabet community. All kinds of twisted, weird shit. Orbital Nation with $3 super sticker, and it is a pair doing a fist bump. What is up, PJ? What is up, PJ? Hopefully we'll be back rocking and rolling next Monday. Hopefully we'll see you then, PJ. What is up? Thank you for being here, and thank you for the $3 super sticker. You guys keep the fires burning bright here in Valhalla. I think it's time to wake up the Mikey, Dave Bob. Maybe that'll wake up Arwyn. Yeah?
Hopefully.
Here we go. Skull! A lot of horns going on this morning. Lot of. Oh yes.
Mikey back when he was a chunky little monkey.
If you take Disney Plus, pay for it? Yeah, I heard about that. Disney thinks you can't sue them, which of course is just stupid because of what you agree to in the terms of service of using the Disney app, which is not legal.
Well, they used it against that one guy whose wife got killed. Just shows
and it failed.
Yeah. Well, Disney lawyers are pretty much the scum of the earth. They'll try to, drag up anything. That's their modus operandi. And they've always gotten away with it, except here for the last 2 or 3 years, and it's coming back. The chickens have come home to roost, and Disney is wondering, where the hell did all these chickens come from?
That's right. Damn straight. Where did all the chickens from? Hashtag cancel Disney Plus. I wouldn't have that. They tried to.
I have never had Disney Plus, so if I sue them, they can't even pull that bullshit.
Well, they were signing people up for free. Do you remember that? They were signing you up, and they were taking. Okay, so it was a couple years ago. I got a year of Xbox Live. Well, when I got a year of Xbox Live, one of the perks was a year of Disney Plus for free. Well, I just figured, okay, I'm not going to sign up, so I'm not going to get I'm just not going to get it. I just won't use it. They did that automatically. I started getting the emails from Disney Plus. What will you watch next? What will you blah, blah, blah? And I was like, dude, what is going on? And I thought about it and I was like, they said I'd get a year for free if I did the Xbox Live. They just linked my Xbox Live account to Disney Plus. So I had to actually go into Disney Plus and like delete the account to get rid of it because of course they're counting you in their roles. She's alive. Good morning, Arwyn Avalon.
The cats let her out of the basement.
The cats let her out of the basement. She's free. Someone gave her a sock. Arwyn's free. That's BS. Should be against the law. Absolutely, it should be against the law. They just linked to my account. Well, apparently that's part of the TOS, blah, 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 whatever. When...
Uh-oh, she's been backstage waiting on you.
Oops.
Good morning. Loki, Dave Bob, y'all, oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Why didn't it beep? It should have beeped when you came in the room and it didn't beep. I tell you what, StreamYard's acting really weird lately.
I know, and y'all were getting into the Gina Carano case and stuff, and I'm like, this is serious. I don't want to go, hey, I'm here. But finally, when got through that, I was like, okay. And I'm so sorry. Truth be told, because y'all know I'm always about transparency. Apparently, my dumbass cannot tell the difference between AM and PM when you set an alarm.
Uh-oh.
So I apologize. Apparently, at some point at 8 o'clock tonight, my alarm will go off.
Sometimes Siri is stupid.
So anyway, I'm sorry I hate being late, but God, carry on.
And yes, Punk Waddle nailed it on the head. When your free year is up, you have a credit card because your account details have been transferred over from Microsoft, so they'll just charge you.
Boy,
that should be illegal.
Like hell with doing me that away. I remember one time I had some form of antivirus, that I was paying for, and then I paid for it for 1 year. Well, the next year it rolled around, and they just automatically, took it out, and tried to make me pay. I called them up, and scorched them, man. I said, "You take that off right now." And I said I was given no warning. There was nothing in the terms of service saying it was automatically going to roll or anything else. And I said, take my credit card off of your roll.
Mm-hmm. Arwyn, you've got some really good feedback here.
Hey, y'all. Hey, good morning, everyone. Hey, I haven't even fed my cats yet. It was like from the bed, flying to the powder room, flying to Loki's. They're all looking at me like, what the hell? Are you going to get no food? I'm like, y'all can wait.
That's why they locked you in the basement.
Did you see the Arwyn? Did you see the Going to War Orange Man Bad video where he has all the orange tabbies with like machine guns, and they're like, as he's walking, and they're like walking with him, protecting him because he's been saving the dogs, he's saving the cats. I was like, holy shit, that is hilarious.
Yes, it's amazing.
As annoyed as I am with all of the BS that has been going on, because you can't open the internet, you can't turn on the device, you can't turn on the TV, you can't do anything without something political being shoved in your face.
Oh,
it's
man,
just
I am so freaking over this shit.
It's true. And someone said the other day, they were like, well, the polls with this person's up here, this person's up there. I don't know what to believe. I don't know who's going to win. I'm like, you know what? Who wins is the one who's announced the winner the next morning. That's how you know. The rest of it's just noise at this point. And
Yeah.
it's everywhere.
With the mainstream media out there, the way they churn stuff, you can't believe anything that's even out there anymore. I mean, honestly, it has gotten so much worse here in the last 4 years that I cannot actually believe this is still America.
Oh, I know. I know.
So what do you guys think's going to happen with Gina? I think that, I mean, she is fighting the good fight and she's not going to back down. And Elon's going to keep bankrolling her. Elon's going to keep bankrolling and hasn't asked for anything. She hasn't even talked to Elon yet. She said, I can't wait to get a chance to actually speak to him and say thank you for what he has done, because he's giving her the ability to fight the machine, and nobody else was willing to do that.
I think it's great. I'm going to tell you what, it's something that is long past due. Long past due. They've been getting away with shady dealings and unsavory business practices and trying to silence people for their political views. That's not right. That's not the way a corporation should work.
Agreed. And then you're going to have these two kind of moguls as far as money involved. Because, you know, a lot of things with these court cases, that's what it takes. It takes money.
Money, yes.
These companies have, you know, like bottomless pockets. And that's why a lot of people don't go this route, is because you're going to be in litigation for years. It's going to cost you mucho dinero. And most, you know, mere mortals don't have that.
No.
Well, not Disney as the corporation, and apparently Elon Musk's his bank account. Neither of those, you know, they're immortal as far as us mere mortals go, and the money flow. So Elon Musk can do this.
Yep. He can also catch a damn spaceship out of midair with chopsticks.
That's right.
Y'all watch that? Boy,
yes.
Was that was just incredible. Amazing.
Okay, so one of the big things over the last couple of decades is they have hidden how much more advanced we are as far as what we can do concerning space.
Yep.
Elon is going to, I have no doubt that in Elon's lifetime, he will build the space elevator. I don't know if you guys know what that is.
No,
Yep.
What is that?
That's
okay. Intriguing.
So they'll have a facility in geosynchronous orbit, and they'll literally have cables that run up to it from the ground. And instead of having to launch a rocket every time you want to put something up in space, you just send it up that elevator.
Yep. But the thing right now is the strength of the cables has got to be just almost beyond belief.
Yeah, and it has to have its own airspace. You can't have anything near it.
Yep.
But imagine a 2-hour elevator ride going up into space instead of having to use a rocket, having to use the fuel. And then once you do that, you can get materials up and down constantly. So you can have that bitch running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and you can build the damn thing in space.
Yeah.
And you don't have to build it here. You don't have to construct it here. You don't have to get everything up. You can literally build something in space that can go from Earth to Mars and back, or Earth to Europa and back, because now they're going to go to Europa. So this is what he is going to do in our lifetime. I am stoked. I'm absolutely stoked. This is what needed to be done. NASA's got its hand up its ass, its entire hand, not just its thumb.
Wow.
And its head.
Yeah.
And has had it that way for a long time. The space shuttle was an absolute, okay, so we can send guys up and we can work on stuff in orbit, but we can't do anything else. We were sending people to the moon. We were going to the moon
in the late
in the 60s.
I watched it live.
And they say, well, today that'd be the equivalent of strapping an Acme rocket onto your ass and doing a Roadrunner bit.
Yeah, Wile E. Coyote bullshit.
Choosy Roll, the Spawn, says, I like Elon doing stuff that's productive for space. He needs to stop messing with Twitter. So I saw Will Shatner, put something out yesterday. He's like, this is the way it's going to be. I'm out of here. I was like, please don't leave. You're one of the bright spots around here. I like your take on stuff. You're an icon. Please don't go anywhere. Stick around, please. I think
they have so many people that try to get him involved politically with stuff. He's Canadian. He doesn't give a rip about this, and he's always been very non-political.
Right.
Chijiro says, I think NASA is doing another mission to the moon either next year or 2026. I think it's 2026, but I do not have faith that they can actually pull it off. Not today. You mean, Loki, we're like 60 years apart from when they did it before? Yeah, but the intelligence level at NASA has dropped significantly since then. Did y'all see?
The SLS program is nothing but a boondoggle and a waste of billions and billions and billions of dollars.
What depresses me about all that is it wasn't just when we went to the moon, it wasn't just that NASA had very intelligent people working for them. It was also, at least for the United States, it was an American culture. Everybody was excited about it. Everybody was behind it. And I mean, that carried on for years. And now, though, nobody gives a shit because look at where we are in our society. We're no longer looking out to something greater and better and, ooh, let's explore and let's, expand the mind of humanity and let's look at the moon and let's look at this nebula and let's go beyond. Now we're turning inward. And we're looking at, oh my God, how racist are we? And I'm not kidding. We are looking at all this, how terrible is the West? How awful is America? We're looking in. And if you look in too much, eventually you're going to find all the sludge and the grossness that makes society, not just the good stuff that makes society. Does that make any sense?
We're going backwards.
We are going backwards.
We're going backwards in race relations, in our public consciousness, in everything. I mean, it's like the great Robert Downey Jr. said in the movie that I shall not name, never go full retard.
Oh, you don't like, Tropic Thunder? Why would you not want to name Tropic Thunder?
For one thing, I just couldn't think of the name. I'm getting old.
Oh. Holy shit. And Cotton is absolutely right. The government told us a few years ago, yes, aliens are real. Yes, we have recovered alien tech, and no one gave a shit.
Of course they're real. They're all in Ohio eating cats.
They're eating the dogs.
Sorry.
They're eating the cats.
Look, if y'all want a really, really, really good show about when we went to the moon and the beginning of the space program, that'll really get your juices flowing like yay space, is the miniseries From Earth to the Moon.
Yes.
It's fucking phenomenal. It's so good. Y'all, we had 10 years to do it, and we had to freaking invent technology to get there to do it. It blows my mind of what we're capable of as a society, as a race, as a species, when we just buckle down and we all have a common goal and a reason to do something. We've lost that kind of grit, I think. But whatever. Anyway, go watch it. It's really good. It's one of my favorites.
Trying to remember the name of that movie that came out. Man, it was a long time ago. It's not Apollo 13 for everybody that's like, I might have Apollo 13 look. No, it's got like, I think it's got James Garner, Tommy Lee Jones.
Oh,
that's
are
Space
you
Cowboys.
talking about Space Cowboys?
Space Cowboys.
Space Cowboys. There were Space Cowboys, and
God,
then there was another one that The Right Stuff.
Right stuff.
I love those two movies. Those are
Dennis
probably my
Quaid.
two favorite NASA movies.
On
Yeah,
this
Apollo
day-
13's good, but
Yeah,
damn.
on this day, Gordo Cooper flew higher, faster
Yes.
than anyone ever before.
Those movies are the main feature. Apollo 13 is like the sideshow. You know,
Yes.
and I love it. Don't get me wrong, I love it. But if you really want to get down with those movies. If you're looking for something spacey.
Interstellar is good too, especially the father-daughter stuff. It just breaks my heart.
Yeah.
Because he's the dad, and he's got a daughter, and he's missing decades of her life, and it's killing him. So,
Yeah.
no, absolutely touching. Interstellar was good. Interstellar was really good, but not as good as The Right Stuff in Space Cowboy.
Oh God, Space Cowboys. I love it.
I love
been
it
years
when
since I've
Tommy Lee
seen it.
Jones strapped the boosters on and made it to the moon. He didn't make it technically, but he made it to the moon.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, Dean, Duck Dodgers in the 24th and a half century. Man, dude, Marvin's my favorite. Marvin will always be my favorite. Dave Bob's got the rooster.
Where's Michael Boom?
I've still got, so I remember growing up, my dad, God rest his soul, had all these Looney Tune ties. He had all of these Looney Tune ties. And,
My kind of guy.
oh yeah, and I had to wear a damn shirt and tie for one of the first like official job. Yeah, I had like summer jobs and shit like that, but first like official job. And he gave me his Marvin the Martian tie because he knew Marvin was my favorite. For a while, it was Taz versus Marvin, but Marvin won out. He blasted Taz with a disintegrator beam, and he gave me that tie. And that tie is actually hanging up in the entryway to the kitchen right now on a little thing because I've still got it.
That's why I used to love Six Flags over Texas so much.
Yes.
Have all the
Yes.
Looney Tune stuff.
Arwyn, you'd be standing in line to go and get on a ride, and they had TVs playing Looney Tunes.
I think that's cool, man.
So you didn't have to you could like hop up on, because a lot of the stuff they had back then were like wooden railing. They didn't have the bars, and if they did, it was only on the new rise. But usually they had these wooden railing, and you just like pop your butt up, sit up on the railing, and you'd be waiting for the line to move, and you're just watching cartoons.
See, that's smart. That's
brilliant. When we were in Universal, we were sitting underneath the Hogwarts Express. We were in line waiting on the Hogwarts Express. They get you in like a train station thing when you're going to travel from one side of the park to the other on the Hogwarts Express. And I was sitting there going, they really need to put some screens down here and have like Harry Potter playing or something. That way you can just sit here. Because, I mean, we waited like an hour and 20 minutes. Eris was like, are you sure you want to wait? I'm like, well, we're here. Have you ever been on the Hogwarts Express? Well, no. Well, neither have I. So we're going on the damn train. I don't care if we have to wait an hour. We could have walked over there by now. Yes, we could have, but this is cooler.
Whenever I would take the kids to Dallas to Six Flags over Texas, always one of the highlights was the Batman show, where they'd have all the Batman stuff and all of that. Oh man, they had some cool shit back in the 80s and 90s.
So did you ever go to the one in Houston?
I went there one time.
Okay, so Six Flags Astroworld had I think it was Batman and Mr. Freeze. I'm not sure 100%. Someone out there might remember better than me. It's been 20 freaking years since I went to Astroworld, and it's not there anymore. But they had the Batmobile, and every like 15 minutes you'd be sitting in line and you hear the and you and the jet engine on the Batmobile would activate, and you'd feel the heat. You'd be like across from it on the other side of the waiting area, and you'd feel the heat. And if it was hot out that day, you were like, turn it off, turn it off. My nipples are smoking. It's too hot. But it was always fun. They always had cool shit like that at Six Flags.
Yep.
Biggest mistake they ever made was taking out Astroworld.
Yeah.
They turned it Astroworld into a parking lot.
Six Flags in over Georgia was fun, but it's been years since I've been there.
Six Flags used to be awesome, but I haven't been since 2004. When was I there? I was there in like 2011, 2012 because I took Kaylee. I took my kid. I took my kid there. Man, I don't remember how old she was. She was like 5 or 6, maybe 7. I don't remember exactly how old she was, but she had a great time. She got her face painted. She went on rides. She had a great time. Astroworld had Batman's Escape. Okay. It was a stand-up ride. Yeah, I do remember that because that was the most uncomfortable, nut-crunching seat on any ride you would ever been on. Okay. So you're like standing up, right? And there's like a bicycle seat right where your stuff is. And at one point, you're like doing loop-de-loops. Every time you come back down and your weight shifts, it's like, damn it. So you're doing nut crunches as you're going through the ride.
A new meaning for tuck and roll.
Somebody was tucking. Mr. Buttcrack Media with a 24-month member chat. Thank you so very much, Mr. Buttcrack Media. Hail to all on the panel and the chat. Hail to you, my friend Arwyn. You missed something. You missed something. So you did. So we got to share it with you.
Okay. Oh my God.
I'm pretty sure that's a pink hoodie with the dragon on it, and then you've got the rainbow.
Yes. Oh my God, I love it. And Dave Bob's wearing clothes. Looks fantastic.
Dave Bob's wearing clothes, and Man Squatch outdid himself this morning. But you look like you're about to go like reporting in Nicaragua. This is Arwyn Avalon on the scene in Nicaragua. You look like a in the trenches war reporter.
I do.
And the anime version looks exactly the same.
Oh my God, y'all. Man Squatch, these are great. These are great. Well done. Always well done.
Yep.
But I miss Six Flags. I really do. I wish Astroworld was still here. I mean, it was the biggest mistake they could have made was getting rid of it. There are still people that post videos that are huge because people want to see those rides. And there's so many good rides I miss that I would love to go on now, that I would love to drag Eris to and watch her puke on. Because that ain't happening.
Nice guy.
But I could ride everything. I love the Sky Screamer. Sky Screamer is one of the best rides.
The Superman.
You could put, so if you were on Sky Screamer, you could put a nickel on your knee as you're sitting there, and it's like it sets the cart out, and there's nothing below you when that cart comes out. So literally, you're just kind of dangling off the edge of the ride, and then it drops, and the nickel goes whoosh and holds right in your line of vision perfectly.
Oh wow!
So they had that bitch set so perfect that as soon as they let you go and that cart dropped, that nickel was like, whoa.
Oh, wow.
I love doing shit like that. I loved going to Six Flags. Daryl the Derelict, and especially in the holidays. Holiday in the Park was so cool. Daryl the Derelict with a $10 super chat. Thank you, brother. You guys keep the lights burning bright. He says, where are my manners? Greetings, program. Hail the rooster. And Arwyn.
Arwyn.
Morning, Twinsy.
Twinkie.
It's my twin.
Oh, my God. Holy shit, thank you.
Project Cambrian. Arwyn. I didn't know she transitioned.
No, no.
Arwyn. Ooh, a drunk Arwyn. A drunk Arwyn doth approaches. Thank you, Daryl. Thank you, brother, so much for that $10 super chat. You guys keep the fires burning bright here in Valhalla. And this one is for you and your co-host over at the Backtube, Skull. And we had the log ride. Holy shit, Jill. The log ride. Man.
Log ride. That was a way to cool off.
That's right. That was the way to cool off because you didn't get too wet, but you were able to get
refreshingly moist.
Yes.
I don't know how else to put it.
Refreshingly moist.
Refreshingly moist. The misters. Anybody remember all the misters going through the misters?
We didn't have that shit when I was a kid, though. That didn't show up till like
that was later.
Late 90s.
I think it was mid 90s, but yeah, somewhere around in there.
Project Cambrian with a 23-month member chat says, Arwyn.
Morning, Cambrian.
And Choose a Rolly. The Spawn says, PB, man, PB. PB, man, PB. Thank you so very much. Choose a Rolly. Thank you, Spawn, for that $2 super chat. You guys keep the fires burning bright. What would Spawn like? Dragon? Godzilla?
Yes. Dragon fire. Yes.
Dragon fire?
Dragon.
Let's unleash some dragon fire this morning for Choose a Rolly. Skull! Jill says, I remember the Six Flags commercials and music from the 60s. Spend your summer with us at Six Flags.
Yeah.
And good morning, Arlena. How are you doing?
Morning.
Arlena. Good morning.
Arlena is over on the Rumbles with Cognitive Nomad, Jester of Sin, and Big Top Fontaine. What is up, guys? Good morning. Good morning. We're about to get out of here, too. We got like 5 more minutes, and then we're getting out of here. Holy shit. This went by fast.
Yeah.
Life moves pretty fast. You don't look around once in a while, you can miss it. Blink.
When you're waiting on somebody, time usually drags, but today it flew.
It only feels like about 25 minutes for me. Shortest show I've ever felt like.
Holy shit.
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
Snorty.
Anything. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
Snorty, you take care, brother. You have a good weekend. I hope you all have a good weekend. Kick some ass this weekend.
I hope you get a whole bunch of seals.
Yes, Snorty. Feed well.
And what is up, Ted? Dude, good to see you. Good to see you, Ted. He says my favorite was the Spelunker Cave.
Spelunking.
Spelunking.
When I was a kid, that word right there, it just always tickled me. I don't know why.
Holy shit. Joe Power said, did anybody watch the Icky Twerps show with Banana Splits and their Six Flags into? If I did, I don't remember it. And yes, we're going to have a late show tonight.
I don't remember.
Even though I'm going on like 4 hours of sleep and I'm going to be up all day. Yes, we will have a late show tonight. I'll probably be pretty wacky and might even have a drink tonight before the late show starts. Or during the late show. I don't know. I need Arwyn to send me some wine.
I'll stick to beer.
No, that's what happens when Eris is out of town. I don't sleep. I go back to not sleeping.
I haven't slept good in 30 years.
You haven't or you have?
I haven't. Not really. I mean, my circadian rhythm got wrecked when I was working swing shifts, and I've never recovered.
It just never came back, huh?
Yeah.
That sucks. That absolutely sucks. I couldn't sleep before. I don't know if anybody remembers any of that. I used to get like 2 or 3 hours of sleep before the show. Then I'd be back up and I'd be going. Doing whatever. Yeah. Now I sleep at night. Unless he's gone.
When you're younger, you can get by with less sleep, I think. But as you get older, it starts bothering you.
Not me. I used to sleep like 12, 14 hours at a time. I used to just crash and I'd sleep as a teen.
When I was horn dogging and running around back in my younger days, I could get by with very little sleep.
Well, that was like in my early 20s when I was going to college and doing all that shit. Yes. No, absolutely. When I finished college, okay. Story time right before we get out of here. I was working 60 hours a week. I was taking a class load and a half. Loki, what's a class load and a half? That means that in college, I was taking a full class load of classes, what they tell you to take, and I was taking half that again, which means I was taking more classes than I was supposed to. And I had a newborn at home, so I had like a 2 or 3 year old. I think she was 2 or 3 when I started again.
Damn.
So that was fun.
That was a challenge.
And I drove a hazmat truck 5 days a week.
God, Loki, you were busy.
I was busy. Some people would say, "Oh my God, that is so dangerous. You only slept blah 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 blah."
I only slept when I was driving.
Only on the road.
Car wedge brings us together today. Speaking of, before we get out of here, I'll bounce this off you guys. We'll hang out we'll go a couple minutes late. Elite college professors.
Oh, is there another name for retard?
No. You're gonna love this. From elite prestigious schools, we're talking Princeton, we're talking Harvard, we're talking Columbia, we're talking about the ones that everybody wants to get into. Ivy League schools are saying we're getting an influx of students that can't read books.
Yep.
Well,
so it's not that they can't read. Let me preface this so you don't think I'm like, what do you mean they can't? You mean they can't read? Yes, they can read, but they can't read.
They just have no attention span. They just have no attention span to read a book.
So they can't read a book. They find it impossible to read a book. Yeah, Southern Vikings like, say what? So when I was getting my psychology degree, I the first year I was doing the psych classes, I was reading medical. It was like constantly reading medical journals. So anytime I had to read anything else, I had to speed read through that shit. I'd be like, because I was constantly reading through medical journals and the latest articles to basically quote what was going on and say, okay, these are my references. This is what medical journal you can find it in. This is who said it. Because you have to preface all that. Because if you're talking about something and you're like, well, the chemical in the C portion of this and the chemical that does this in your brain, blah 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 blah, you have to quote all that where it came from. So basically, you got to go digging and you got to figure out, okay, who's the first son of a bitch who said that? Who talked about it the best? What's the most updated? Blah blah blah. And then you have to literally show where you got all your information from, not just, oh, well, Sigmund Freud said it and blah, blah. No, you have to like, this is who said it. This is where he said it. This is what book he said it in. This is what line in what paragraph on what page he said it.
Annotated perfectly.
Yeah.
Yes, everything has to be perfect. Otherwise, not only will you be deducted for not doing it correctly, anything you quoted in your paper, anything you went over concerning that is immediately deducted. It's like you didn't even do it.
Wow. Yeah.
So you have your hands full reading through shit like that. And then I've got to do like literature stuff where I've got to read a book a week. Well, these kids can't do that. They can't read a book. They can go through and find sources because they can do all that on the internet. That's easy. Reading the actual stuff, fine details, they can't do it. They're all failing. And these are Ivy League elite schools.
Oh my God.
That's what
dumbing down of our society.
Attention span of a fruit fly.
That's insanity. What happened?
I can't comprehend that. Well, that's a good question. What did happen?
Instant gratification, the internet, social media, all of it. That's part of it. It's just all part and parcel of what's going on out there in the education of our kids. Everything's got to be now. There can be no waiting for anything. There can be no actually digging in and studying or trying to make sense of it. It's all now or nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
When you have 6 episodes to watch, Gladriel bang Elrond and then turn around and get it on the other end from Sauron.
Oh my God.
Why read the book when you can watch 6 episodes of Wings of Powder? And
I miss 22 episode seasons, don't y'all?
Yep.
I
do, but not of that show.
Well, we're not,
but
going
yeah, I
there.
do.
I'm talking
In general.
Star Trek. I'm talking SG-1. I'm talking good stuff.
Good stuff. Yes, I do. And now we have to scrape and script and beg and cry just for some measly 6 to 8, episodes for a season with a break in between.
that are not completely up its own ass, horribly written.
Yes.
I mean, if we get mediocre, we're living good.
We're happy.
And it costs more than ever to make this shit now, too.
Yeah.
$250 million to make Wings of Flop.
Costs more and you get less for your return. That's sad.
A lot less.
And it's celebrated because it's so diverse. I don't give a crap about diverse. Diversity, it's either organic or it's forced. And nowadays it's always forced.
Mm-hmm.
There's a rumor. Okay, we are getting out of here. But right before we do that, there is a rumor going around that the scene at the end of season 2, which I haven't seen it. I've just heard about it.
Of season 2.
That the season 2 ending where Galadriel and Sauron are having their little back and forth sexual tension was supposed to be a lot hotter than it was when it was filmed. There was supposed to be some hands down pants. There was supposed to be grabbing and pulling and touching and all kinds of insanity between Sauron and Galadriel.
Ew.
God. Is that what the whole intimacy coach was supposed to be about?
Yes. I'm sure it was. All right, we're going to get out of here. Guys, what do you got coming up? What do you got happening? What's going on this weekend for you? Let us know. Dave Bob, will start with you. Shoot.
Well, I'm going to try to make it tonight. May not stay the whole night, but I'll at least try to make an appearance.
All right. Arwyn?
I guess back to tonight, and I may make an appearance too. Loki, we'll see.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll see.
She kind of owes an appearance.
An appearance.
Oh, grace us with your presence, darling. You bring the wine. I'll bring the kittens.
I'll bring the cheese. You bring the wine.
Yes, yes.
And then everybody that's watching the show can be like, they're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats.
God.
I want to get a kitten just so I can put it in a hoagie and be like, oh, look how cute he is in a little hoagie. And be like, why am I in bread? Why am I stuffed in? All right, we're getting out of here. Guys, have a great weekend. Take care. Be excellent to each other. Always speak friend to enter. And we'll see you later tonight on the late show here on Mornings of Mischief. Have a great Friday, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.